people who aren't aware, there's a location in the Western Sahara Desert of Mauritania called the Richat structure. It's also commonly referred to as the Eye of the Sahara. And what's so spectacular about this is that it just so happens to match more than a dozen striking similarities to what Plato had described as the lost ancient capital city of Atlantis.
Have you ever heard of the Eye of the Sahara? Officially known as the Richat structure, this geological wonder is something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Because archaeologists roll their eyes every time you say the word Atlantis. But that is precisely the date that Plato gives for the destruction of Atlantis.
Picture this. A giant, almost circular dome sprawling 40 kilometers across the Sahara. So massive it's visible from space, but it's not just its size that's mind-blowing. The Richat structure's beauty lies in its complexity, especially its mesmerizing concentric rings. These rings aren't your regular circles. They're like fingerprints, each one unique in width, composition, and how time and the elements have worn them down. It's as if nature itself was playing architect, crafting a masterpiece over millions of years through erosion.
It is a site that most people have never seen or heard of before, which is truly peculiar because it's so spectacular.
Wind and water have sculpted this dome layer by layer, revealing a range of rings that tell a story of resilience and transformation. Now let's delve into what makes up this stunning structure.
And what I'm focusing on is the lost capital city, which was said to be made up of concentric circles, 3 of water, 2 of land, which matches the Richat structure.
The outermost rings boast Proterozoic quartzite, a rock so tough and ancient it's been around for over 600 million years. Imagine that. Quartzite starts off as sandstone and undergoes a metamorphosis with heat and pressure, emerging as this incredibly hard rock. Move inward, and the materials shift to softer, sedimentary rocks like limestone, which forms in marine environments, and sandstone, composed of tiny mineral grains. At the heart of the Richat structure, there's a fascinating mix called siliceous breccia, essentially a jumble of angular rock fragments bonded together, often found in volcanic areas or places with a lot of geological action. The Richat structure is not just a feast for the eyes, it's a geologist's dream. The variety of rock types and the formation's history offer a rare glimpse into the Earth's geological processes. When you dive into the origins of the Richat structure, also known as the Eye of the Sahara, you're essentially unpacking a geological mystery that's been in the making for millions of years. At the heart of this mystery is the uplifted dome theory, which geologists lean towards when explaining how this stunning feature came to be. Imagine the Earth's crust getting a gentle nudge from below, creating a bulge on the surface. Over eons, wind and water went to work on this dome, chiseling away at it. But here's the catch, not all rocks are made the same. Some are tougher, others are softer, so they didn't all erode at the same pace. This selective erosion crafted the Richat structure's iconic concentric rings, each layer telling a story of resilience and time. But wait, there's a twist in the tale thanks to Jimmy Corsetti.
The question becomes, is it big enough to be a city with possibly millions of people? Because the way it was described is that it was a city that was said to be busy all day, all night, rich in trade, with languages spoken from all over.
He floats a rather intriguing idea that maybe, just maybe, ancient humans had a hand in sculpting the Richat structure. While this leans more towards speculation, it's a fascinating thought that adds a pinch of mystery to an already captivating story. Now let's talk about the Sahara Desert, the Richat structure's vast, arid home. This desert environment, with its relentless wind erosion, has been a key player in shaping the structure. But remember, the Sahara wasn't always a desert.
And what people don't realize is that Sahara Africa, up until about 4,500 to 5,000 years ago, was totally green.
It has seen its fair share of climatic roller coasters over millions of years, each phase leaving its mark on the rate and style of erosion at the site. The rocks at the Richat structure are ancient historians, some dating back over 600 million years, offering a glimpse into the Earth's early days, continental drifts, and the dawn of life. The creation of the Richat structure wasn't an overnight affair. It was a marathon of geological activity, from the shifting of tectonic plates to the whims of climate change, all contributing to the structure's unique appearance. erosion played the role of the sculptor, methodically revealing the different layers of rock beneath. One of the most striking aspects of the Rishat structure is its near-perfect circular pattern, a feature so distinctive that astronauts use it as a space landmark.
Even if you went to Mauritania, so you could see this from space, astronauts use it as a locator, and they weren't really familiar or aware of it until the Gemini missions in the early 1960s.
It's a mesmerizing pattern that stands out in the vastness of the Sahara. Plato's tales of Atlantis, nestled within his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, really do spark the imagination, don't they? Written in the 4th century BC, at a time when Athens was basking in its golden era of philosophy and culture, Plato wasn't just any philosopher. He was a master of exploring deep concepts about society, ethics, and the nature of reality itself. Through these dialogues, it's like he's engaging in a spirited chat, using his characters to weave through various ideas and viewpoints. Then there's Atlantis, this mythical island city that Plato claimed existed beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which we commonly associate with the Strait of Gibraltar today. He didn't hold back on the details, portraying Atlantis as a gargantuan landmass, outstripping the size of Libya and Asia put together. The description of its layout is nothing short of fascinating, featuring a series of concentric rings of land and sea that would have required an extraordinary feat of engineering to construct, with its elaborate canals and bridges. At the core of Atlantis was its fertile central plain, a farmer's dream, encircled by towering mountains that offered both a wealth of resources and a natural fortress. But the allure of Atlantis extended beyond its geography. Plato painted a picture of a city flush with resources and technological prowess, boasting an abundance of metals like the enigmatic orichalcum, alongside gold and silver. The infrastructure was ahead of its time, complete with sophisticated water systems, majestic temples, grand palaces, and bustling docks. Yet Atlantis was more than its physical attributes. Plato envisioned a society with a rich tapestry of laws, traditions, and governance, underpinned by a formidable military might. However, as the narrative unfolds, Atlantis transitions from a utopian exemplar to a cautionary tale of corruption and decline, ultimately leading to its downfall. This story, layered with intricate details and moral undertones, continues to captivate and fuel the imagination, a testament to Plato's enduring legacy. While there's a resemblance to Plato's Atlantis, the geographical settings throw us for a loop. The Riche structure sits in the heart of the Sahara, far from the Atlantic Ocean, where Atlantis was said to be.
But another little detail that most people aren't aware of, because they think of Atlantis like, oh, it must be at the bottom of the ocean. Well, that's not exactly how Plato worded it. Like, a lot of people see the Sahara Desert, and they don't realize that this place was unbelievably different than it is today.
This discrepancy hasn't stopped theorists from suggesting that perhaps the Sahara's landscape was vastly different in the past, possibly even near water, or more hospitable than today's arid expanse. The Eye of the Sahara isn't just a geological wonder, it's a treasure trove of archaeological finds that shed light on ancient human life. Stone tools scattered around the area, including arrowheads, scrapers, and axes, tell tales of hunting and crafting. Pottery fragments whisper secrets of domestic life, indicating a significant leap in cultural and technological evolution. But it's the remnants of potential permanent settlements that really pique our curiosity, suggesting that this wasn't merely a waypoint for nomads, but a home for a settled community. The rock art adorning cliff faces and cave interiors near the Risha structure is nothing short of mesmerizing. These paintings and engravings, featuring animals like antelopes and elephants, transport us to a time when the Sahara thrived with life. Human figures and abstract designs depicted in these artworks offer glimpses into the social, cultural, and possibly spiritual lives of these ancient peoples. The rock art adorning cliff faces and cave interiors near the Rishat structure is nothing short of mesmerizing. These archaeological discoveries are not just remnants of a bygone era, they're pieces of a puzzle that help us piece together the story of human existence and evolution in the Sahara. They speak of adaptation and resilience in the face of climatic shifts that transformed a once lush region into the vast desert we see today. The prospect of permanent settlements, while still under investigation, opens new chapters in the story of African prehistory, enriching our understanding of early human societies on this diverse continent. It's a testament to the power of the past, and how even the smallest clues can illuminate the vast tapestry of human history.
An example I often give is the Indus Valley civilization. Nobody actually knew that it existed until it was accidentally discovered while a railway was built. And then they found that there were these actually very, very sophisticated, very complex mud brick structures on a very large scale. Then they found that this culture had a language, a fully developed written script. We can't read that script. The script exists, but we can't read it.
The story of the Indus Valley civilization, one of the earliest cradles of urban life, reads like a mystery novel filled with climatic twists, geological turns, and the shadowy figures of invaders. As we dive deep into the annals of ancient history, this civilization's gradual fade from the vibrant urban entity it once was around 1900 BCE to mere remnants by 1300 BCE has puzzled scholars and history buffs alike. Let's explore some of the intriguing theories that have emerged over the years for why this civilization suddenly vanished. Imagine living in a city where the once reliable monsoon rains start becoming erratic around 2200 BCE. This wasn't just inconvenient, it was catastrophic. The Indus Valley people, whose agricultural prowess depended on these rains, faced reduced yields and possibly famine as a result. Imagine rivers, the lifelines of your trade and agriculture, changing course due to tectonic shifts. Cities that were once bustling hubs of trade and culture could no longer sustain their populations. This wasn't just about less water for crops. Entire trade routes were disrupted, especially those with Mesopotamia, putting further strain on an already struggling economy. Now add to this scenario the threat of earthquakes. These weren't just minor tremors, but possibly significant quakes that could alter river courses, destroy sophisticated drainage systems, and turn well-planned cities into inhabitable ruins. The very foundations of urban life were literally and figuratively shaken. For a time, the theory of an invasion by nomadic Aryans gained traction, suggesting a dramatic end to the Indus Valley civilization. This theory, rooted in ancient texts like the Rig Veda, depicted a clash between the invading nomads and the settled peoples of the Indus Valley. However, the absence of clear archaeological evidence of such an invasion suggests that the civilization's decline was more a slow burn than a sudden collapse. Amidst these external pressures, internal societal and economic factors were at play. The strain of maintaining extensive urban centers alongside depleting resources could have led to social unrest and made these cities unsustainable. As trade with distant lands dwindled, possibly due to emerging competitors or shifts in trade routes, the economic backbone of the civilization weakened. When the British were laying down the tracks for the Indian railway system in the 19th century, they stumbled upon something extraordinary: ruins made of well-crafted bricks in the Punjab region. Little did they know, these bricks were the remnants of the Indus Valley civilization, a society that had vanished thousands of years before. At first, these ancient bricks found a new purpose under the wheels of progress, quite literally being used in railway construction. It's a bit ironic when you think about it, an ancient civilization helping to lay the foundations for modern transportation, all while its own story was buried in oblivion. Enter Alexander Cunningham in the 1870s, a man who could be seen as a detective in the realm of history. As the founder of the Archaeological Survey of India, Cunningham was among the first to take a scholarly interest in these ruins. However, even with his reports, the true significance of what they had found wasn't fully grasped. The pieces of the puzzle were there, but the picture was yet to be seen. The plot thickens with Sir John Marshall, who took the helm of the ASI in the early 20th century. Under Marshall's direction, the ASI turned its gaze to the prehistoric past, setting the stage for a discovery that would challenge the narratives of urban civilization's origins. It was Daya Ramsani who, in 1921, began excavating at Harappa, and soon after, Rakal Das Banerjee laid bare the wonders of Mohenjo-Daro. These sites revealed to the world a civilization of astonishing complexity and sophistication, with well-planned cities, advanced drainage systems, and a plethora of artifacts that spoke of a rich cultural life. The discoveries of Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro were like opening a window to an ancient world, showcasing the architectural and cultural achievements of the Indus Valley civilization. This was a society that had its unique script still undeciphered, and urban planning that could rival any contemporary city today. The Great Bath of Mohenjo-Daro, with its watertight construction, hinted at a society that placed significant emphasis on cleanliness and possibly ritual purification. As more archaeologists joined the fray, Ernest Mackay, Madho Sarup Vats, and Mortimer Wheeler to name a few, the knowledge of this ancient civilization expanded. Each excavation across the Indus Valley region brought new insights. The narrative of the Indus Valley civilization challenged the then prevailing notion that complex urban life began solely with Mesopotamia and Egypt. Here was evidence of a parallel society that had flourished and then, for reasons still debated, declined and disappeared, leaving behind a legacy buried under the earth. Let's take a stroll back in time to explore Harappa, a city that once thrived in what's now the Punjab province of Pakistan. This ancient metropolis wasn't just any old city, it was a cornerstone of the Indus Valley civilization, bustling with life between 2600 BCE and 1900 BCE. The story of Harappa's discovery is as fascinating as the city itself. Initially spotted during the 19th century, it wasn't until the British were laying down railway tracks in the 1850s that Harappa began to reveal its secrets. Ironically, bricks from this ancient city were used in the construction of the railway, unknowingly dismantling a piece of history for the sake of progress. Fast forward to the 1920s, when Sir John Marshall and his team of archaeologists took a closer look and realized Harappa was part of something much bigger. They uncovered a city so advanced it would rewrite our understanding of urban planning in ancient times. Imagine walking through streets laid out in a perfect grid, with main roads up to 30 feet wide intersecting at right angles. This wasn't a haphazard settlement. It was a city built with precision and forethought, showcasing remarkable engineering skills. Harappa's infrastructure was nothing short of revolutionary. The city boasted an advanced drainage system, with covered drains along the main streets and smaller ones connecting from individual homes. This emphasis on cleanliness and public health is something many modern cities could learn from, and the buildings, all constructed with standardized baked bricks, stood as a testament to the Harappans' knowledge of materials engineering, giving the city a unified look. But Harappa wasn't just about impressive streets and sanitation. The city was alive with bustling granaries, which were central to its food storage and distribution system. These weren't just any granaries. They were massive structures located near the city's heart, hinting at a well-organized governance system that ensured the population was well-fed. Diving into the everyday lives of Harappans, we find a society that valued comfort and cleanliness. Houses, ranging from simple dwellings to more elaborate homes, often had their own wells and bathrooms. This level of domestic luxury suggests a society where social stratification was present, but also one that placed a high importance on individual welfare. And then there are the artifacts, the seals engraved with animal figures and an undeciphered script that hint at a complex system of communication, trade, administration, or perhaps even ritual. The pottery and tools unearthed in Harappa, from utility wares to beautifully decorated pieces, reflect the diverse occupations and crafts practiced in the city, painting a picture of a vibrant, bustling community. Harappa was more than just a city. It was a beacon of urban civilization, showcasing advancements that were unparalleled for its time. Its discovery and excavation have not only provided us with a glimpse into ancient urban life, but also challenged our perceptions of ancient civilizations and their capabilities. Nestled in the Sindh province of Pakistan lies Mohenjo-Daro, a site that's not just an archaeological treasure but a testament to the architectural genius of the Indus Valley civilization. This city, one of the most iconic remnants of ancient urban life, gives us a sneak peek into the lives of its people, their societal structure, and their unparalleled urban planning. The city was cleverly divided into two main areas: the lower city, bustling with residential and commercial life, and the Acropolis, where public and ceremonial buildings stood. This division speaks volumes about the level of organization and planning that went into Mohenjo-Daro. It wasn't just a cluster of buildings, it was a thoughtfully laid out city, designed for efficiency and order, with distinct zones dedicated to different aspects of daily life. But let's talk about the Great Bath, the crown jewel of Mohenjo-Daro. Imagine a large, watertight pool, meticulously constructed for religious purification rituals. Surrounded by corridors and rooms, the Great Bath wasn't just an architectural marvel. It was a central piece of the city's spiritual and communal life, emphasizing the importance of water not just for survival, but as a sacred element in their culture. The people of Mohenjo-Daro were master craftsmen, their skills shining through in the intricate beadwork, finely crafted metal objects, and beautiful pottery discovered at the site. These artifacts were not merely utilitarian. They bore the marks of artistic excellence and possibly held deeper symbolic meanings for their creators. The variety and quality of these items suggest a society that valued not only function, but form and beauty, integrating them into their everyday lives. Moreover, Mohenjo-Daro was a bustling economic center. The numerous seals, weights, and measures found among the ruins hint at a complex economy that thrived on both local and long-distance trade. This was a city that was not isolated. It was connected, engaging in commerce with distant lands, showcasing its economic prowess and its role as a significant player in the ancient world. Mohenjo-Daro, with its advanced urban planning and sophisticated architectural elements, stands as a shining example of the ingenuity of the Indus Valley civilization.
There was a Spanish traveler who crossed the entire width of South America. And on the way, yes, he reported seeing huge cities. Within 100 years, other Spaniards were in there exploring. They couldn't find the cities. I think that we are dealing with a lost civilization that was shamanistic in its basis. And they're only being found now.
Deep in the high, rugged terrain of the Sacred Valley, the Temple of the Sun at Ollantaytambo stands as a marvel of ancient engineering. The temple's most awe-inspiring feature is undoubtedly the wall of the 6 monoliths, composed of enormous stones weighing tens of tons each. The mystery of how these massive stones were transported to such an elevated location without modern technology continues to baffle scientists, historians, and archaeologists alike.
Some people think that the answer is extraterrestrial visitors. I don't think that's the answer, but who knows?
While theories abound, from the use of log rollers and ramps to the sheer force of human and animal power, the exact methods remain a subject of speculation and admiration.
Incredible megaliths there, which archaeology gives entirely to the Incas, even though the Incas themselves recognized and honored the work of predecessors.
The discovery of the Temple of the Sun in Ollantaytambo within the Sacred Valley is a proof to the blend of local wisdom and global scholarly interest that has illuminated many Incan sites to the world. This particular site's journey into modern awareness began in earnest during the 19th century and gained significant momentum from the explorative zeal of the early 20th century. Notable figures like Hiram Bingham, known for bringing Machu Picchu to global attention in 1911, played a crucial role in setting the stage for the exploration, even though he wasn't directly involved in its discovery. The first detailed accounts emerged from the efforts of explorers like Sir Clements Markham in the late 19th century. These early explorers documented the Inca trails and their connecting sites, marveling at Ollantaytambo's grandeur and intricate stonework while noting its potential significance. By the 1920s and 1930s, more thorough expeditions were conducted. Both Peruvian and international teams worked to catalogue the ruins using early photographic techniques, which helped to create detailed records that would prove invaluable for both restoration and further study.
If you wish to pass information to a distant future, you wouldn't be smart to just write it down. How can we know that our script is going to be readable by any other culture, let's say 10,000 years in the future?
The mid-20th century brought a surge of archaeological interest that introduced more scientific methods to the study of this ancient site. Beginning in the 1950s, archaeological teams started applying rigorous scientific techniques to their excavations, notably during the 1960s under the direction of American archaeologist John Rowe. His work was pivotal in contextualizing Ollantaytambo within the broader narrative of the Inca Empire's expansion and religious practices. These teams made significant technological advances, employing early photographic equipment and, later on, more sophisticated imaging techniques to analyze the alignment of the temple's stones. This was especially important for understanding the temple's role in relation to astronomical events, such as the solstices, which held considerable significance in Inca cosmology.
On the summer solstice, you're going to see the sun rising far to the north of east. Go there on the winter solstice, you're going to see it far to the south of east.
The local Quechua communities also played an essential role in the rediscovery and understanding of the Temple of the Sun. Their oral histories and legends, passed down through generations, spoke of the temple's celestial alignments and its role in Inca rituals. These stories often provided the missing links in understanding the site's function, highlighting the significance of specific stone placements and their relationship to Inca astrology. On many occasions, local stories guided archaeologists to specific parts of the site that had been overlooked or misunderstood. For instance, the legend of the Path of the Sun helped researchers identify and understand the importance of certain architectural lines that align with the sun during the winter solstice, further enriching our understanding of this magnificent site.
That advanced civilization emerged out of shamanism itself. Shamans are very observant of the cosmos and of what is going on.
Continuing our exploration of Ollantaytambo's fascinating features, let's delve into the marvel of the Wall of the Six Monoliths. This structure is a stunning testament to Inca engineering and architectural skill, comprising 6 massive stones, each carved with incredible precision. The craftsmanship is so meticulous that the joints between the stones are practically invisible, often said to be so tight that not even a piece of paper can slide through. The construction process of this wall was no small feat. The Incas employed sophisticated stoneworking techniques honed over generations. The stones, sourced from quarries several kilometers away, required a complex logistical effort to transport. While the exact methods remain a subject of debate among historians, theories include the use of log rollers, llamas, and substantial human labor. Upon arrival at the site, these stones were shaped with great care to fit together seamlessly, using a technique known as ashlar masonry, which involves cutting stones to fit without the need for mortar. This not only enhanced the wall's aesthetic and structural integrity, but also its resilience against the region's frequent earthquakes. Understanding the geological and architectural principles was crucial for the construction of such a structure. The Inca builders meticulously selected types of stone for their durability and resistance to weathering. The strategic alignment and interlocking of the stones added to the wall's stability, effectively distributing seismic forces across the structure rather than concentrating them at any single point. Adding to the mystique of the Temple of the Sun is its status as an unfinished monument. The construction was abruptly halted, marked by a chaotic scene where tools and materials were left scattered around the site. Large, partially carved stone blocks still lie around the site, painting a vivid picture of a sudden and dramatic cessation of work. This snapshot in time provides a unique window into the Inca construction techniques and the meticulous planning that characterized their building processes.
Is knowledge preserved and passed down through the ages? Yes, I think it is.
To truly appreciate the enormity of the Wall of the Six Monoliths, consider that each stone could weigh as much as 50 tons. This scale is comparable to the weight of 10 large African elephants or about 35 compact cars. Such comparisons not only highlight the ingenuity of the Inca builders, but also help us grasp the sheer scale of their architectural achievements. While exploring the impressive architectural feats of the Incas, another fascinating element at Ollantaytambo is the water mirrors near the Temple of the Sun. These reflective pools serve as a testament to the Incas' refined engineering and deep astronomical knowledge. Crafted to manipulate natural elements for both practical and ceremonial purposes, these water mirrors showcase a profound understanding of the environment. The design of these water mirrors was both ingenious and purposeful. The bases were made of flat, smooth stones polished to a high sheen, enhancing their reflective properties. The edges of the pools were lined with precisely cut stones, ensuring the water remained still and perfectly mirrored the sky above. The primary function of these mirrors was to observe and track celestial bodies, aiding the Incas in determining critical agricultural and calendrical periods. Such observations were vital for the timing of crop plantings and harvests, as well as for setting the dates of various religious festivals and ceremonies. The Incas demonstrated advanced hydraulic skills in constructing these water mirrors. They expertly channeled water from nearby rivers or springs through a complex system of aqueducts, ensuring a continuous flow into the mirrors throughout the year. This capability highlights their profound mastery of water management, which was essential for the functionality of the mirrors. The importance of these water mirrors came to light again in the late 20th century when they were rediscovered during a detailed archaeological survey. Covered by overgrowth and filled with debris for centuries, the mirrors were largely forgotten until the 1990s. Archaeologists using ground-penetrating radar and traditional excavation techniques found anomalies in the soil that led to the uncovering of these structures. Restoring them posed significant challenges. The process involved delicate procedures to clear the vegetation and debris without damaging the ancient stonework. Specialists in stone conservation were tasked with repairing cracks and replacing missing stones, using materials and techniques that matched the original Incan craftsmanship. An interesting parallel can be drawn between these Incan water mirrors and the Roman impluvium, water features central to Roman atrium houses designed to collect rainwater. While both cultures utilized architectural features involving water for practical purposes, the Incas took it a step further by integrating their water mirrors into their spiritual and astronomical practices, significantly differing from the Romans' primarily domestic use. This comparison highlights not only the universal human fascination with reflective surfaces in architecture across different cultures, but also the unique adaptations of such features to meet specific cultural needs and beliefs. Beneath our feet lie tales of entire worlds forgotten by time. From Malta's enigmatic Hypogeum to Turkey's sprawling subterranean cities and China's mysterious Longyou caves, our ancestors carved out more than just shelters. They crafted stories in stone. As we delve into these ancient underground marvels, prepare to uncover secrets buried deep, where every chamber whispers legends and every corridor echoes with history's footsteps. The Hypogeum of Malta, located on the sun-soaked island of Malta, is a marvel that intertwines history, mystery, and architecture. As the only known prehistoric underground temple in the world, its allure extends far beyond its subterranean nature. Delving into this fascinating structure, one can't help but be struck by its age. Dating back to around 2500 BCE, this structure predates the famous pyramids of Egypt, which gives us a sense of the age and significance of this site. Constructed across 3 levels and descending to a depth of more than 10 meters, the Hypogeum was chiseled meticulously out of the soft limestone that underpins much of Malta's terrain. What's striking is the sheer dedication and effort it must have taken. Picture this: ancient builders, with rudimentary tools, intricately carving out spaces in complete harmony with the Earth's contours, ensuring structural stability while crafting vast chambers and corridors. It's a testament to human capability and determination. But it wasn't merely an architectural project. The Hypogeum's primary purpose was spiritual. Serving as both a sanctuary and a necropolis, it was a sacred space where the living communed with the departed. Over 7,000 human remains have been discovered within its chambers, suggesting that it played a significant role in the burial rituals of the Maltese temple period. And here's where it gets even more intriguing. Among the remains, archaeologists discovered unique spiral-carved patterns and intricate red ochre paintings. These art pieces hint at a rich tapestry of beliefs, possibly linked to the cycle of life and death or the celestial movements. One of the most fascinating chambers within the Hypogeum is the Oracle Chamber. This chamber possesses unique acoustic properties. A word uttered softly within its confines resonates and amplifies throughout the entire complex. Some believe this was purposefully designed to evoke a sense of the supernatural, where the voices of priests or oracles would boom mystically, reverberating with divine intensity. Amidst these wonders lies the Holy of Holies, a chamber showcasing a detailed reproduction of the exterior of a megalithic temple. This mimicking of external temple architecture in an underground environment raises questions about the cultural and spiritual practices of the temple builders. Were they replicating the above-ground temples as a symbolic gesture, or was it an attempt to merge the worlds of the living and the departed? Though the Hypogeum is a treasure trove of history and culture, much about it remains shrouded in mystery. Numerous questions persist about its builders, their lives, their spiritual beliefs, and the societal significance of this grand subterranean temple. And as we delve deeper into its chambers, we realize that the Hypogeum is not just an ancient relic. It's a doorway, beckoning us to step in and journey through millennia of human endeavor, belief, and ingenuity. Nestled within the historical region of Cappadocia in Turkey, there's an underground marvel that redefines our understanding of ancient human settlements: the subterranean city of Derinkuyu. Unlike any conventional city, Derinkuyu challenges the vertical dimension, plunging deep into the heart of the earth rather than sprawling across its surface. Imagine, if you will, a vast underground network, complete with tunnels, chambers, and vents, all meticulously carved out of the soft volcanic rock that characterizes Cappadocia's landscape. This is no mere underground hideaway. Derinkuyu is an intricate city that spans an astounding 8 levels deep. Its depth and complexity make it one of the largest underground settlements ever discovered. But why go underground? The initial reasons were practical. Cappadocia's unique geological formations, known as fairy chimneys, were naturally soft and easy to carve. Over time, as external threats from invaders became more prevalent, these underground havens offered the local population a secure refuge. The entrance doors, massive stone discs, could only be opened or closed from the inside, providing an effective defense mechanism against any intruders. Within this subterranean wonder, one discovers a city teeming with life's essentials. There are living quarters, stables for livestock, storage rooms, wine cellars, and even religious chambers, including churches with impressive frescoes that have withstood the test of time. Air and light are facilitated by strategically placed ventilation shafts, ensuring that even at its deepest levels, the city remained breathable and livable. A particularly intriguing feature of Derinkuyu is its sophisticated water system. Wells were not connected to the surface to prevent poisoning by any potential invaders. This means that the inhabitants had fresh water, even when under siege, enhancing the city's self-sufficiency. Moreover, the city was connected to other underground cities in the region through miles of tunnels, which hints at a level of cooperation and possibly a complex trade network between these subterranean settlements. But who were the masterminds behind this impressive city? While the earliest known mention of Derinkuyu is in ancient Greek texts, it's believed that the Hittites, an ancient Anatolian people, began its construction in the 8th century BCE. Over centuries, as various empires and groups, including the Phrygians, Persians, and early Christians, took residence in the region, they expanded and enhanced the city. Derinkuyu isn't just a marvel of ancient engineering, it's a testament to human adaptability. It challenges our contemporary notions of what a city should be and highlights the ingenuity of ancient civilizations in ensuring survival amidst external threats. As we walk its dimly lit corridors, the echoes of the past reverberate, reminding us of the lengths humanity can go to preserve and protect its own. In the serene village landscape of Longyou, Zhejiang province in China, lies an intricate puzzle that has both amazed and baffled researchers for decades: the Longyou Caves. These caves, unlike any typical natural caverns, are a testament to human determination, precision, and ingenuity. Discovered quite by accident in 1992 by local villagers, these caves were initially assumed to be an ancient quarry. But as the waters were drained and further exploration was conducted, the sheer enormity and complexity of these hand-carved caves began to emerge. Today, 24 caves have been uncovered, though there's speculation that many more might be hidden beneath the surface. Each of the discovered caves is massive, averaging about 1,000 square meters in size, with heights reaching up to 30 meters. Now, what's truly remarkable about these caves isn't just their size, but the precision with which they've been carved. The walls, ceilings, and pillars are uniformly leveled, with differences in height as minute as a single millimeter. This suggests that the architects behind these caverns had an acute sense of detail and access to sophisticated tools and techniques. Adding to their intrigue, the walls of the Longyou caves are covered with intricate carvings and chisel marks, which are so uniform they give the impression of being molded by machines. Yet these caves are believed to date back to at least 2,000 years, making the existence of such machinery an impossibility by our current understanding. The mystery deepens when we consider the sheer volume of rock that had to be removed to create these caverns. Estimates suggest that over 1 million cubic meters of rock were excavated. Where did all this material go? There's no evidence of such vast amounts of debris in the surrounding areas. Another puzzle is the purpose behind these caves. While many ancient underground sites around the world served as tombs, religious sites, or shelters, the Longyou caves don't seem to fit any of these categories. There are no historical records, inscriptions, or artifacts that provide a definitive answer. Waterproofing is another impressive feature of the Longyou caves. The walls have been treated with a special mixture, giving them a glossy appearance and ensuring that they're impermeable. This is a significant technological feat considering the age of these structures. As for who built them, that remains one of the greatest enigmas surrounding the Longyou caves. While some theories suggest they might be the work of an ancient Chinese dynasty, there's no conclusive evidence to pin it on any specific group. The caves don't fit seamlessly into the architectural style or techniques of any known civilization from the region. The Longyou caves challenge our perceptions of ancient civilizations and their capabilities. With every chiseled mark and perfectly aligned pillar, they pose questions about the knowledge and techniques of our ancestors. As we continue to explore and decipher their mysteries, these caves stand as silent sentinels of a past that's waiting to be fully understood. Tucked away in the region of Cappadocia, Turkey, lies one of the most incredible architectural wonders, the underground city of Kaymakli. While Cappadocia is already renowned for its unique rock formations and fairy chimneys, Kaymakli adds another dimension, quite literally, by plunging into the depths of the earth. The first striking feature of Kaymakli is its vastness. This ancient underground city spreads across 8 floors, although only a few are open to the public. Originally carved out of the soft volcanic rock, the city's tunnels, chambers, and air shafts form an intricate labyrinth, showcasing the advanced understanding of construction and design by its ancient builders. While many might question the purpose of constructing such a massive subterranean space, it's believed that Kaymakli primarily served as a refuge during invasions and wars. The region's history is punctuated with frequent invasions, from the Hittites to the Persians, and the underground cities like Kaymakli provided the local population with a place to hide, live, and even conduct daily activities away from prying eyes. The design of Kaymakli is both functional and strategic. Heavy stone doors could seal off corridors, making it difficult for invaders to penetrate deep into the city. Additionally, the numerous tunnels connecting different parts of the city would allow inhabitants to move freely, access resources, and communicate without being detected. Beyond just tunnels and chambers, Kaymakli was equipped with all the amenities needed to support life for extended periods. There are living quarters, stables for livestock, wine and oil presses, storage rooms, and even a church. Remarkably, the city also features ventilation shafts and water wells, ensuring fresh air and water supply for its inhabitants. These features highlight how the designers of Kaymakli not only focused on immediate protection, but also on long-term sustainability. Another fascinating aspect is the presence of communal spaces. These suggest that Kaymakli was more than just a hideout. It was a place where communities could gather, practice their faith, and conduct ceremonies. The presence of religious spaces, particularly churches, also points to the Christian community that once took refuge here, especially during the Arab-Byzantine Wars. While the history of Kaymakli and its exact timeline remain subjects of research and debate, it's undeniable that the city stands as a testament to human resilience and ingenuity. It demonstrates how, faced with external threats, communities can come together to create incredible solutions that stand the test of time. Walking through the dimly lit corridors of Kaymakli, one can't help but be transported back in time, imagining the whispers of ancient inhabitants, the soft glow of oil lamps, and the profound sense of community that this subterranean marvel fostered.